Hello silver friends, this is Jolie from QuickSilverHair, and today I'm going to show you how I apply a QuickSilverHair mask to clarify my hair. I have not done this on my channel, but I've had a request for it, so here we are. I'm going to show you what I do. There are several ways to go about this process, and it's really up to you and your hair type and what your hair responds best to. So you can shampoo with your clarifying shampoo before and apply to your wet hair after, or you can wet your hair and apply the mask and then do your clarifying shampoo afterwards. I prefer to do it that way. You can also shampoo, clarify with the mask, and shampoo again. It really depends on how your hair responds to the clay and how easily you are able to rinse the clay out. For me, with the hard water, it's hard for me to get all the clay out, so I realized that shampooing it out was the best way to go, and then I start my normal hair care routine from there. All right, so let's get started. Let me show you how I mix the clay. First, you start your mask by adding the conditioner. You can use any silicone-free conditioner of your choice. Today, I am using the ordinary conditioner because it is what I have on hand. I do normally recommend that you use the Acure clarifying conditioner. It really doesn't matter as long as it's silicone-free and it's not something in your regular rotation of products, because the idea here is that you want to remove buildup. So I'm going to start by adding 2 tablespoons of the conditioner. If I can get it out of the container. That's about all I need for my hair, and if you need any more moisture for incorporating the clay with the conditioner, you can always just use water. Next, we're going to add the clay. So this is a brand new bag of clay, and I wanted to show you that on the back, I do have to say you have to cut it open. If you use the tear notch and rip it open, powder will go everywhere. So be careful and just cut it with a pair of scissors. Okay, so now I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of clay. Make sure to reseal your bag so you don't have clay going everywhere. And then I'm going to add 5 pumps of the QuickSilverHair Squalane Oil. And mix. You want it to become smooth and well incorporated so that there's not dry lumps of clay. This is where water may be necessary to help smooth it all together. So far this is working out really well proportionally, so I am not going to add water to it. It's okay if it's thick. You're going to apply it to wet hair, so it will loosen up as you apply it to your wet hair. Okay, beautiful. That's what we want. You want it to look like frosting. Before I apply clay, I take off my earrings. I find it a good time to go ahead and put them in their cleansing solution, though they get cleaned as well. I don't like getting clay in my earrings because they have settings on them, and I don't want the clay in the stone setting, so it's a really good time to clean my earrings too. So if you have multiple piercings like I do on your ears, it's a good time for that. Okay, earrings removed. I'm gonna go wet my hair and I will be back to show you how I put the clay mask on. Okay, so my hair is all wet and I'm going to apply the QuickSilverHair Clay Mask. I will follow up by washing it out with the ordinary shampoo. I don't worry too much about getting it on my roots because my roots generally don't have a lot of buildup on them, and I focus my clarifying shampoo on my roots and my scalp, so I don't really worry about that too much. But I smooth it in gently, getting a good coating. I want to be able to see the clay on my hair. I think some people are a little afraid to use too much, and then other people are a little too generous with it, so they go through it a little too fast. But it's up to you, what you're comfortable with, what your hair likes. I love this ordinary conditioner. It feels like a deep conditioning treatment mixed with the clay. Just smooth it in as evenly distributed as possible. If you have really thick hair, you may want to do it in sections. I'm doing it in 2 sections because it is easiest for me and my fine thin hair. I don't need to do more sections than that. And you can apply all of your clay, so it doesn't really matter if you get a little too much. I wouldn't use a whole bag on your head unless you have a lot of hair. You have to remember that this is doing 2 jobs at once. You're actually getting a conditioning treatment and you're also getting the clarifying benefits. A lot of people like to add a purple tint to their mask. There's a recipe for that on my website if you want to put purple on it. So then I twist it up into this fancy little knot on my head, and I rinse my hands and put my cap on. All right, now for my fancy cap. So I like these that have no elastic in the front because you can just press it against your forehead and voila, you have a cap on. And I have a fancy shiny cap. Now I'm going to wait 20 minutes and then I will wash it out. You can go up to 40 minutes with the mask. I highly suggest that you do not go over 40 minutes with any treatment that you put on your hair because you risk damaging your hair, and especially when it's a conditioning treatment, you can over condition your hair and it'll make it too soft, it'll make it limp, it can make it greasy. There's a lot of issues that can occur, so I really recommend that you wash it out at the 40-minute mark max. All right, I'll see you in a little bit when I have it all washed out. A couple of hours later with the whole mask and wash day routine completed. My hair is still a little bit damp, but I wanted to get the ball rolling and finish up this video. I wanted to share with you that I felt like this was the perfect time to do my mask because my shower filter was going out and I knew it needed to be replaced. When we replaced it, I thought it was the perfect time to do this mask because I could tell I had a little bit of mineral buildup. While I don't get discoloration anymore with my current routine using Scene products, I sometimes can tell that the minerals are just a little too much for a basic daily shampoo. So I will go ahead and do the mask. I don't do the mask very often, but when I do, I am reminded at how wonderful it is for my curls. It really revives them and brings them back to life. And I'm so glad I thought to do the mask today because my hair feels amazing. It is still in the cast and I want to take that out with the Squalane oil. While I do that, I want to talk to you about some of the benefits of using the mask and what it works on. The clay mask works on product buildup and it also works on minerals, especially when you apply a chelating shampoo with it. It also will take out any kind of environmental pollutants like pollution in the air, cigarette smoke, fireplace smoke, campfire smoke, and it helps to deal with that. So I have put a couple of pumps of Squalane oil in my hands and I am going to scrunch out the crunch. The only thing that the QuickSilverHair mask will do nothing for is sun damage, because sun damage is permanent and you've got to be really mindful of making sure you're using your UV protection. That's why I'm really emphatic about that, is because once it's done, it can't be undone. You can't bleach it away. You can't clarify it away. You have to grow it off. It also works to remove heat damage when it's the product buildup that is damaged. So if you go ahead and get a mask and you believe that it's heat damage, there's two levels of heat damage. One is the product itself being burnt onto the hair, and the other being the hair itself being burnt. So what you actually achieve by doing a mask is figuring out whether or not you've burnt your hair or not. So it's kind of a good way to hit reset and see where you're at. The QuickSilverHair mask will also work on any pigmented products like purple shampoo, overtone, conditioner, and the L'Oreal La Color Gloss. It does remove that. I have had a report from a customer that used it to take that off of her hair, and she was very happy with that. And I would like to note here that if you have been using purple shampoo to combat your yellow, thinking that it was removing your yellow, when you use a Quicksilver mask after you have been using purple shampoo for quite some time, it will remove the purple shampoo and reveal the true color of your hair and what you're really working with. So I have found that people get kind of upset because they will use the Quicksilver mask expecting it to completely whiten their hair, and what it does is remove all of the buildup, including the purple toner, and reveals what's really going on with their hair. At that stage, if you've found that you've got yellowing and you are concerned about how to deal with it, you can tint the clay mask with a purple product like one from Manic Panic, or Silvering, I think is the company that has purple drops. You can use any of those purple drops to tint your mask and create a purple mask. Of course, you want to go as light as necessary for you. If you want to go dark and be purple, that's up to you. But I wanted to make note of all of that so you would understand what the QuickSilverHair mask is capable of doing. I wish it was capable of removing sun damage, because that is the one thing that we all are, fighting against and don't want to have happen. So that's it for this video. I hope you found it helpful. As always, everything is linked in the description box below, and you can just open that by clicking on the word more. You will find a link to my newsletter in there. I would suggest you sign up for it because I send you all sorts of silvery tips and new content every Saturday morning. You can also click on a link to buy the Squalane kit in the description box below. If you have any questions or comments, you can leave those in the comment section below. I will be happy to answer any questions that I can. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, please do so now, because I would love to see you next time. Until then, shine on.